What's going on, baby boys, baby girls, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So-So production, August the 10th, 2022, here at Yonge and Dundas, hardest city in Toronto, doing it big. Sip to the gang. Thank you very much for joining me today. As always, glad you made it. It's another So-So production. We're doing it. We're on the outside today with the beautiful people of Toronto, obviously. I'm gonna be here's the thing, if you've been with me from the get-go, thank you very much for all the love and support. If you're just joining us, buckle up, buckle down. Things get loose, things get wacky. We discuss everything, the silly, the serious. We mix it up. Trail mix of serious with the silliness, baby, the good. Get it right here, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Patreon. Let's get into it. Let's have some fun. It's gonna be a lot of exciting stuff that we're gonna be talking about today. Let me get a sip of this bad boy first. All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, where do I even begin? We're gonna be talking about different things today. Let's see if, we'll see if we'll get any people on camera. If not, it'll just be you, me, and the extras in the background. And we'll have a ball. We'll see what happens, but nonetheless, let's get into it, fam. I wanna talk about important stuff like buttons, Velcros, zippers, and laces. Now, I wasn't prepared for this. It is a louder area, so I'm definitely gonna be exercising the vocal cords. But we're gonna be talking about, again, Velcros, buttons, laces versus zippers. And then I've got a little bit something in the end as well. We'll see how it all goes. But let's get into it. You know, let's play a little bit versus, four-way versus. Okay, zippers, buttons, laces. What else did we say? Laces, buttons, zippers, Velcro, that's right. Let's start with the old zipper case. Zippers. If I can say a thing or two about zippers. Well, here's the thing, the pros and cons, if we're gonna go over this. We're gonna do it correctly. Zippers are, you know, zippers metal. Zippers hardcore, zippers badass. Zippers are quick. I don't exactly know when the zipper was invented, but if I'm not mistaken, it was a Canadian fella. Shout out to the zippers. Originally it was called a fastener, but then somebody went along and said, you know what, let's change the name, let's upgrade it. Let's get a little bit of onomatopoeia if we can. Let's call it a zipper, hence the sound it makes when moving up and down. Zip, zip, baby, zip, zip. Hence the zipper. Been enjoying for roughly, I want to say, debatable, 100, 150 years, maybe 200 years, who knows? Maybe somebody else somewhere down the line invented it. It all comes down to patenting, putting your name on the brand, so you snooze, you lose, baby. If that was your idea or your great-grandpappy's idea, and you didn't get your money's worth, you gotta capitalize on that shit. So, that's zippers, baby. But zippers are, you know, zippers are quick, zippers are fast, zippers are durable, zippers are metal. Zippers come in handy if you're in a hurry. If you need to zip something up, if you need to fasten something up real quick, you'll go with the old zipper, the old reliable. And the zipper is one of those things, you don't even need to have a zipper, but you could technically use it on body parts as well. Hence the mouth, a zip it. What do? You zip it. Hence the zipper. But that's just zippers. What else could you do with a zipper? Zippers can be on almost anything, not just body parts, hence the mouth. We're talking boots. We're talking pants, the famous pants zipper. We're talking blouses. We're talking, you know, maybe you got a cool BDSM outfit onesie, latex BDSM, and it's got a little bit of a zipper on the back. Why not? Easy access. You're probably gonna need some help getting it open and shutting it, but you know, that's teamwork. That's where you can use zippers. That's what it is, baby. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all enjoying the view. Beautiful city. There's a sightseeing bus right to my right, that'd be your left, but it's behind you. I don't think you can see them, but they're there sightseeing in the city on a bus, and it's been parked for some time now, so I don't know how much sightseeing they're getting done, but I hope they're comfy up there. Nonetheless, let's move on to buttons, shall we? Let's move on to buttons if we can, together, if we may. Now, buttons, my friends, if I could say a thing or two about buttons, I will, and you give me a gosh darn second. Buttons are versatile. Zippers, you know, zippers are airtight. Buttons, there's definitely some air getting in between that fabric and your bod. But maybe that's what you like. Maybe you like getting a little breezy, hence the button game. Zuppers. I don't even know what that was. Zuppers. Buttons, dude. That's a mixture. Yo, maybe that's the next move, because we got Velcros, buttons, zippers, and laces. Zuppers is the next evolution down the line. But buttons, you know, like I said, they're for the versatile people. You can button up if need be. You got a big meeting. You're the CEO. You want to be a CEO. You're in upper management. Heck, you're just starting out. But you want to look professional. Nothing looks more professional than some leather boots, some leather high boots with maybe short shorts, a nice collared button shirt, and then you walk in the office rocking that leather boot with the short shorts and the button shirt, and then you have all the buttons up. All of a sudden you're giving a presentation and everybody's taking a notice. Everybody's looking. You're buttoned up, you're presenting, you got charts, you got pie charts, you got Venn diagrams, you got graphs, you got bars indicating things are growing exponentially, and they're focused on that last button. And guess what? Congratulations, you just got the promo. Why? Because you last buttoned up, baby. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's combining the art of buttons and spontaneity. That's what it is. And like I said, buttons are versatile. You don't need to just button all the way up. The button is great if you want to keep it, what is it, Casual Friday? Let's button down a little bit. Let's button down a little bit. Why won't we button down a little bit? All the buttons on your sweater, on your polo, button down a couple of buttons. Next thing you know, who's the chillest guy? Who's the chillest gal in the office? You are. Congratulations, you're welcome. Because that's the thing with buttons, it's for the versatile people who may want to dabble in a little bit business in the AM, come PM, evening sets, you want to let loose, you button down, baby. Again, the lower you go, the chiller you get. And be careful how you practice that, because I do have to share a serious story. This is, oh man, things got dark. Things got dark, fam. It was the summer of '95. It was the East Coast, West Coast rap rivalry. The gangs were ganging around in the West Coast and the East Coast. The Blues versus the Reds. The Bloods versus the Crips. It was things were heated. And one day, a nice, beautiful fellow named maybe Deshaun, yeah, that was his name. Deshaun decides to, he's like, I've had enough of the beef. I feel a little bit bloody. I feel a little bit crippled. I'm a little bit of both. Can that be a thing? He was trying to innovate. He was trying to do, he was trying to be, with his gang activities, he was trying to be bi. With his gang activities, he was a bi-ganger. Yeah, that's a word, bi-ganger. Never heard it. Heard it here first, bi-ganger. That's, or bi-gangist. Bi-ganger sounds better. So he was a bi-ganger, as in he played on both sides, red and blue. Nothing to do with the other stuff, just colors. But he wanted to bring people together. That's the end. It was the summer of '95. Things were heated, East Coast, West Coast, going down. But Deshaun one day said, you know what? I want to wear both colors. Not only do I want to rock blue, I also want to be rocking red. Why not? I only get to live once, why not experience both colors at the same time? So that's what he did. As typical gang members do, he put on his Air Max 95s, put on a pair of 3-stripe Adidas short shorts. Air Maxes were red, short shorts were blue. Air Maxes were red, short shorts were blue, and his button shirt, his collared shirt, was half blue, half red. But he's like, I'm gonna change it up. We got a big meeting at the gangist meeting, at the gang meeting, and I wanna go bring in unity. If we can just join forces, oh my God, and put away the hate and come in there with a love, I'll change it up. And he had heard of rumors and whispers of people rocking a shirt that's all the way buttoned up, except the last button that's been kept open, for just a little bit on business, but a little bit cash, baby. Business, but a little bit cash. 90% biz, 10% cash. He's like, let me reverse it. Because he's read the books on reversal. He's heard the magic of reverses. Tried and tested, it's been proven it works. He's like, let me try it. I'm gonna go, all the buttons are gonna be unbuttoned except the last button up top. Reverses. Revolutionary, trailblazer. Some say he was ahead of his time. Some say he tried to fly too close to the sun. But that's what he did. He was a risk taker. Deshaun was a go-getter. So he buttoned that last button up top, left everything else open, stepped outside, and he was just waving red and blue simultaneously. Again, midsummer day of '95. Gang violence was all the rage. All the kids were into it. Or no, maybe they were adults. Children who probably, you know, they skipped childhood. They really grew up fast. Those, you know, yeah. What is a childhood anyway? Point is, he stepped outside, and all of a sudden his friends, some of his friends saw, oh, Deshaun, what are you doing? They tried to talk him out of it, but Deshaun was motivated by the factor that he's captured something magical, the magic of reverses, the magic of the one button upside down, inside out. No, just upside down, not inside out. Although he could have tried that as well. Some say if he went that further step, he might have succeeded. His close friends, of course, they tried to talk him out of it, but didn't pan out. Deshaun went out into the hood. Next thing you know, whispers, rumors, stories started to, you know, vibrate across the streets where the word got out and different gangs heard of it. The Blues, the Reds, the Crips, the Bloods, everybody in between heard of it, and they all thought that this was, you know, they all thought that this was a message from the ops. They thought that, but in his heart, Deshaun just wanted to unite. But everybody read it wrong. They're like, man, this is something, they're trying to like throw us off our game. What is this? So they came at him. All of them. The Reds and the Blues, and they just, you know, they let it rip. It was really sad. We lost Deshaun. That's summer of '95, man. It was a rough summer. Mostly good summer, but for Deshaun and the fam, not too bueno. After just going right over him and on top of him and like in him, he flat out, he's gone. They held a, you know, funeral service, and before all that though, they discovered in his, because he had like, you know, he had a white t-shirt underneath and he had a blue and half red shirt that was buttoned, but like only one button at the top, lower buttons loose as a goose. And they searched his pockets and they found a note that said, oh, I just want to unite the Bloods and the Crips. Hence the one button reverses. And ever since the Bloods and the Crips came into realizing the message of Deshaun, they decided for that. So that if you're wondering historically, where did it begin? The one button at the top and then everything else loose as a goose. Summer '95. Shout out to Deshaun. Shout out to all the fallen ones who never got their praise. I pour some coffee out, but it's, you know, it's limited. So, and I gotta make it last, baby. But it's metaphorically pouring some out for Deshaun and the rest of the brothers and sisters out there. And we should all learn from that. So buttons, versatile. Again, you can master a whole conference room, a business meeting with the magic of buttons. Or you could totally be that, you know, innovator. You could be that loose boss. You know, nobody likes anything more than a loose boss. And how do you become a loose boss? You get rid of buttons, or at least don't use all of them. You know, just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's what it is, baby. And so that's buttons for you. Now, let's move on to Velcros for a second, if we can, if we may together. Velcros, the game changer in the fabric fastening business. Where did it come from? When did it all begin? Frankly, I don't know. Thousands of years ago, Velcro was invented, no? Hundreds of thousands of years ago? We've had, you know, with all the asteroid hits, with all the natural catastrophes that it could have been invented hundreds of thousands of years ago. As far as I'm concerned, it was. It was the wheel, the fire, Velcro. And that's how humanity got its, that's how we made the leaps and bounds. So, Velcro was invented a long time ago, let's just put it that way, by a beautiful human who had enough of buttons and zippers. He didn't want to be metal. He didn't want to be business or casual. He wanted something fast. He wanted something practical. He wanted something even a person as dumb as, you know, babies could use them. And we all know how we feel about babies. You know, rarely capable of anything. So Velcro goes a long way with babies. You can strap babies to your butt, have Velcro on the back of the baby strap. I've seen it. I've seen Velcro babies. Some are actually going in the lab trying to produce naturally formulating Velcro babies. I say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. What good is producing a Velcro baby if the mother already is not coming with a Velcro belly? So a few generations are gonna be a little bit of a mismatch. It's a whole cloak and dagger game, man. I don't know, but I'll tell you what, Velcro, I'm a fan of it because it's fast, gets to the point, gets things done. It's all about the no frills, baby. It's all about you being you. You're on the go. You don't have time to, oh, are my laces even? Oh, is it tight enough? Is it loose enough? Velcro's automatic, one size fits all. Strap on, you're ready to go. You're ready to go. Strap on, strap off. Take off your shoes if you're entering your home. My home, it's, you know, depending on if you got a lot of dirt on your feet, maybe take off your shoes. But I play it fast and loose with the shoes in the house, you know. But nonetheless, if it's Velcro, that's an easy decision. You get in there, you're like on or off. Leave one on, take one off. You know, that's how we keep it 50-50, baby. Velcro is amazing because you can use it for anything, not just clothing. You can use it on, you know, some sort of document holder, folder, and then Velcro how you want to fasten your folder. Velcro lasts a lifetime, you know, and take that with a pinch of salt. Not a lifetime, you know. It's not gonna last like it's not gonna be here in like 1,000. Velcro in itself will be here in 1,000 years. Now, particular Velcro, they do come with a lifespan. You know, you go on and off. I don't know how many counts. How many counts can you get out of Velcro? These are all the questions that must be answered, that we think of when we're trying to fall asleep at nighttime. And I frankly don't have the answers, but I do feel good about the noise it makes. That's for sure. You know? And it's fast, it's painless. And again, anybody, even dumb babies, can do Velcro. Dumb babies, put a baby in front of a lace, go nowhere. Buttons, forget about it. Velcro, oh, look at little Billy. He's making strides in his game. Maybe one day he too can be a full-grown adult. Maybe. But give him that winning chance with the Velcro at least. It's also good for, let's say, you know, God forbid you should lose your limbs, or you've lost your limbs, you don't have any arms or legs, and you're on a waiting list to get the next best bionic limbs, but you still got to put clothing on. You don't have arms, you don't have legs, and you can't button up, you can't button down, but you can still use your mouth to Velcro on and off, dude. I've seen it. as a matter of fact, I've done it. It was a choice. For me, it was a choice. Some are born with it. Mine was a choice because I like a challenge. I'm that type of dude. Did it take me a good day to put the Velcro shirt and pants and underwear and Velcro hat? Did it take a full day? Did I lose that job because of a little bit of a struggle? Because at the end of the day, I did get clothed, and that's the most important thing. Now, how long did it take me? If you're gonna be, you know, nitpicking and be like, oh, it took you forever, using my mouth over here, but at the same rate, not going outside in the nude. What would they have thought if I showed up at the job interview fully naked, no limbs, and they're like, didn't you have access to Velcro? Man, would I have looked like a fool? Again, didn't get the job. It took me the whole day to put the whole outfit on using my mouth. It's difficult, you try it. But my heart was in it. My heart was in it. And that's what's important. With Velcro, sometimes you don't even need to strap it on or off. You know what I'm talking about. If you got Velcro shoes, slip into them, start walking, and the beauty of Velcro, it kind of attracts itself to the other side, doesn't it? It's strapping itself on you. It's like the, you know, Velcro is the future. Velcro is the future of fastening fabrics, document holders, or other things that you might think of. Inside of backpacks. Inside of backpacks, you're not gonna go zipper or buttons inside of backpacks or purses. Oh my God. What is this, 1917 and a half? 1917 and a half. Buttons and zippers inside of purses and backpacks. Man, you're not living. Velcro is inside you. Is it itchy? If it's inside you, how you get there? But it's inside your purse and your backpack. And frankly, it's making lives easier all across the nation. I, for one, could not be happier about it. I support Velcro for 2024. Is Velcro running for 2024? Shouldn't it? I leave the questions to be answered by the viewers. Right underneath me is the old subway station. I can hear the choo-choo. That's the sound of the old subway making its way uptown, because we're downtown right now. It would continue further downtown, but that's limited pathway. Uptown, miles to go. Downtown, a few stations left, and then loop-de-loop. But that's aside the point. Let's stay on track. Now, laces. Brace yourself. This is where it gets spicy. This is where it gets wild. Laces, how long have we had laces for? I'd imagine millions of years. If I were to take an educated guess, if I were to educatedly guess how old are laces? Millions of years ago. Because laces were basically rope. And if, think about the time, back when we were all like, hairier monkeys. Less hairy now, but monkeys nonetheless. What are you working with? Ropes from the trees and whatnot. So you're already comfortable with the material. So I'm gonna go ahead and say laces were millions of years ago. We'll never know who invented it, probably the first humans. But again, it's one of those things where you don't stick the iron when it's hot, you lose, baby. Trying to get it patented, that ship has sailed, my friend. But nonetheless, that still makes the laces one of my favorites, because the laces are also versatile. And you know me, I am all about versatility, flexibility, adaptation, being able to adapt, and nothing adapts better than a lace. You can tighten it up, you can loosen it up. Oh my God, think about all of the different colors you can mix and match. If you're rocking laces on your shoes, for example, your Air Forces, one side could be blue, one side could be red. Again, you took the torch and you're running. Deshaun passed you the torch, you're running with it. And that's beautiful. You can even add extra with laces, you know, regular laces. You could do checkered laces on your shoes and somebody's gonna notice and be like, man, dope shoes, you got checkered laces. Who did that for you? And you could be like, I did that. And then you can make real good friends. That's how it worked out for me in high school anyway. So a little bit of life stories, really, a little bit of experience. But laces are also, man, if I could say, there's so much to say about laces. Laces in different places, that's the thing, dude. Laces can be sexy, laces can be strict. Laces can be all business, but laces can also be sexy. Laces can be, because they're not just good for shoes, they're not just good for, you know, they're good for pants. You can lace up your pants if you like. Instead of a zipper or buttons, why not lace it up? You're like, it feels better to have buttons or zippers, does it? When was the last time instead of a zipper or button, you went for the lace in the crotchal region, that is? The typical region where you use buttons and zippers. When was the last time you tried laces? Almost never. You're like, yeah, because it doesn't work, does it? Don't you know? You can't knock it before you try, baby. So put on laces next time. And why not? You're in the urinal. It takes you several minutes to unlace it. Next thing you know, the laces are long too. So the laces, as you're about to take a leak, it's dangling in the urinal by the cake. That, again, if you're maybe a little bit visually impaired, you could use the sound and you can still see a little bit. You can see the two straps of lace just dangling by the piss cake, and you can aim at it. And you're like, that's not hygienic. What is hygiene? What is science? What? All things that we should support. And I'm supportive of all of it. And you're like, so what, how is that good? How is it not good, fam? Maybe you're out there, maybe you're trying to, hey man, maybe you're out there trying to collect DNA. Maybe you're out there trying to collect random people's DNA. What better way to collect the DNA than to do it completely nonchalantly, step into the old men's room bathroom, public bathroom, typical. No one's gonna be questioning you. What's this guy doing? Everybody's doing the same thing. But you happen to, instead of unbutton or unzip, you're unlacing. And now your laces are dangling and you're picking up DNA from like 5 other fellows who've gone before you. You're like, what good is this? Maybe you're in the science community. I don't know what you do for your occupation, but I'm just pointing that you can use the laces in different variations. Enjoy life is what I'm trying to tell you. Get the most out of it. What else could you do with the lace? Like I said, laces are sexy, or they could be at least. First items of clothing, we didn't even have clothing, it was just laces. How sexy was that when you were just wearing laces? Remember that, fella? Remember those times, ladies? No? Why don't you read the history books? Not in there? Damn it. Well, let me tell you all about it. When the first humans started to walk around, they had no idea what a fabric is, they had no idea of what it means to cover things, but they did use materials, and hence the jumping off the trees, handling a rope or two. Eventually it started to, you know, somebody like put 2 laces right across their nips and covered the nips. That was the first original form of clothing. My God. There's somebody yelling in the background. It's a little bit distracting, not gonna lie to you, fam. But that's what it is. We're on the stage of life. My goodness, things are getting intense. Oh my God. Let's carry on though, let it, because the show must go on and the show will go on. We will not be stopped, we will not be interrupted. We will not be interrupted. That's, oh boy, I got my heart rate going. Really got my heart rate going. Give me a second, Jesus. Oh man. She was cussing somebody on the phone. I think it was her baby daddy. It was definitely the baby daddy. They were fighting over the kids. Oh my God. Everything's fine. She's walking away. We're all safe. Good God. Oh boy. Because I heard the screaming. You guys, I don't know if it got recorded. I heard the screaming in the background. And you don't know what's behind you. What is behind me? Okay, reg fam doing reg things. Good, good. Let's keep the momentum going. No need to leave your seats, folks. Stay resumed in your seats. Everything's fine. Everything's, nobody's getting, you know, remain calm. What were we talking about? Aha! I remember now. Laces being the first originator of clothing items. So we start with the 2 straps over the nips, covering the nips, and then somebody like covered the nether regions with laces, rope back then, that's what they just called them. Eventually, when we got fancy with it, this is when it gets sexy. You know, like corsets and stuff, laces in the back. Despite the fact that it's probably not good for your health, ladies, does it look hot? Absolutely. Absolutely. My goodness, what was that? A lot of loud noises. Jesus. Okay. All right. Gotta be careful on these streets. You never know. Point is that corsets, despite not being really good for you, probably, scientifically speaking, as a full-grown science man, no? A man who believes in science. A man who likes science. A man who failed science, or did science fail me? Questions that keep me up at night, but nonetheless, it got sexy. Sure, you couldn't breathe back then. What was it, the 1800s? Give or take a few hundreds? It was sexy, let's admit it. It was really beautiful. Where are the laces now? Hardly any laces, none. You know, why? What happened? You're like feminism. Ah, God. We lost some good things, didn't we? Again, maybe you don't need to go as tight, but the concept could be there, you know what I mean? You don't need to squeeze the life out of yourself, but bringing back a couple of laces. And that's also like, hey, ladies, by the way, that is probably a great way to avoid rape. Great way to avoid rape. Lace it up. Because laces take forever. And that gives you and the fellow who's hopefully not doing, but you know, in case. Zipper, oh my Velcro, it's done. God forbid, of course. But I'm just saying, you got heavy duty ropes. You got like, you're doing, you went and took some training and doing different knots. I wish I knew some knot names, but I don't. And then you tied it up and it looks nice, and but that's, or at least even if not, in case of a rape, what about just like, you know, what about a second chance for you to be like, nah, not tonight. I feel a little bit bloated, you know? You can't do that with Velcro or buttons or zippers, because it's like 1, 2, all undone. Whereas the lace, it could take you minutes, a good 15 minutes, 25, 30 minutes. I've seen it a half a day, a good half a day spent on, you know, undoing the laces out the back. And don't you, and you're like, I miss romance, I miss foreplay. There you go, laces, man, oh my God, we cracked everything, solving the world's leading problems. Good God. No need to clap, it's all good. It's all, I'm not the type that's gonna like get up and like take, I didn't invent laces. I'm just saying bring it back, you know? Think it over. Was that necessary? Was it necessary? Is it an emergency? Is it a real fire? I hope so. I hope so. I hope somebody or something is burning, because that interrupted this professional. God damn it. Okay, hopefully it's not reals, but if it's not, why are you using all that power? With power comes responsibility. I'm gonna go out on the limb and say something's burning, and those firemen and women are out there, and I support you. I support you. I support fires, whether at the beginning or the end, because the whole business thrives on a beginning, middle, and an end, or else the whole thing would just not exist. There needs to be something that ignites, a little spark, something, and then flames, but manageable ones, good flames, so we can get back at the end of the day and pump some iron and lube each other up and feel good about the fact that we put out some fires and that we didn't lose Larry in the fire, did we? No, Larry's back making flapjacks for the whole team. Who's benching? But bring back laces. And the laces, unlike all the other ones that I've mentioned, like the zipper. Good God, what is with the honking, fella? Jesus. These people are... I'm just joking. I've actually paid them to do this so that it feels more real. Because you'd be in a city because you're like, did you stage all this? Low key, high key. Time for high tea. Tai Chi? Chai tea. I like to keep it all real, so no, I didn't pay them. We have an understanding. I said, hey fella, if you're just like organically driving by honking a little bit, just a little organic little honk, I'd appreciate it for the realness. Because it just, you know, the realness, that's oozing reality. The laces, if I don't get interrupted by another honk or another fire truck, the laces can also be used as a weapon, because buttons, zippers, Velcros too could be a weapon. If you're like, oh man, you know, you could put it on the palm of your hands, just scratch somebody, like, you know, wax on, wax off. Who's uncomfortable now? Go on their nether regions, like on their nips, and just like, you know, that's a little bit uncomfortable to say the least. It's not gonna be like, you know, it's not a kill. Irritating though, I'll tell you that. But let's say you're out there in the elements and you're supposed to be, you know, doing your job, and you've laced it up because the job requires you to be laced up. All of a sudden you catch yourself in a compromising position. You go ahead, you ask the fellow or the lady who's trying to take your life to take a moment and first of all think about it, but also step to the back. They could give you a hand, untie your laces in the back, hand you the laces, and then hopefully position themselves back to front so that their back is to your front, and then you can comfortably go behind them and do the old rope around the old neckaroo in case. And you're like, man, that would never happen. Not in this line of work, not in most reg lines of work anyway. But hey, I'm looking out for the anomalies. I'm looking out for the unicorns. I'm looking out for the outliers, frankly. And I'm looking out for you and me. So before you go out there thinking it's just gonna be another reg day, I wanna play it fast and loose with buttons, zippers, and Velcro. Think ahead, because there's only so much you can get done with those three. Whereas the rope, AKA the lace, could potentially be a weapon. Again, there's gonna be a lot of teamwork required to get that whole momentum and maneuver going on. But if that guy's if he's into yes-anding you, oh my god, I'm about to kill you. Dude, would you stop giving me a hand with the corset so I can reverse kill you? He's like, yes, and so he goes there. The whole thing works out just fine and dandy. It's a mixed bag. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've not seen it play out too well too many times, but I've heard rumors. I've heard other stories, other places, other times. And also the laces could be a tool, not just for, you know, deterring rape or combating a killer. You could also use it to escape. Ever think of escaping? No? Your life's good, isn't it? I'm glad to hear that. That's wonderful news. Thank you for sharing. But in case you needed to escape somewhere, and guess what? Velcro. Oh my god, if we had Velcroed everything, you could potentially escape anywhere. If the buildings were all made of Velcro, you'd be Spider-Man. This is what I mean, man. We need to rethink infrastructure altogether. If only Velcro was covering all these buildings, but it's not. And you're only left with the laces, and you need to escape from upstairs to downstairs. You were hoping I'd go the easy route, wouldn't you? So I'd have you drop in the laces that you've tied from the top floor to the bottom. No, fam. This is that building in reverses. We're climbing up in order to escape from this scenario. That's right, no fire escape. Toss it up. You're climbing up like a ninja. But guess what? You couldn't do that with zippers or buttons. Buttons, you can throw them up all day. I'm throwing buttons up all day. I'm just, oh, that's like spitting up in the sky, dude. That's like, if you're throwing up buttons, you might as well step to the side and just spit up in the air, because it's gonna come right down and hit you right there in the face, in this area right here. And maybe that's what you're into. So here I'm all about providing options, okay? But see how versatile the laces are? So if you had to choose, people, the good people, times are different, because that's what time is. It's always different, isn't it? If you had to choose, if we had to cover everything in one of the, if we had to cover everything in either laces, Velcro, buttons, or zippers, what would you choose? What other 3 elements would you eliminate? You're like, we don't have to, but let's say you had to. I'd go with, man, it's hard. What would I go with? I can't think of, I can't choose. God. I'm having a difficult time choosing. I'd go with Velcro. Velcro, no. So much versatility with the lace. I'll go with laces. That's right. Laces for your boy. The rest of you got, no, buttons are cool. Because buttons, you can just feel the breeze. And also look really business. I get rid of zippers. Oh man, zippers are fine too. You know what? Let's keep all of them. But which one? If you had to choose one of the 4 options for life, what would you? If you had one fastening mechanism to eat for the rest of your life, no, to use for the rest of your life. That's food. To use for the rest of your life. Which one would it be? Zippers, Velcro, laces, or buttons? I leave it up to you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh, somebody almost legit got hit by a car. Holy shit. Man, I wish it was kind of further back because nothing bad happened. It would have been great for the, oh man, if only we were like 20 feet, we would have caught all of that. Oh, damn it. Oh, oh my God. So much exciting things happened. Okay, young man just ran across the street, almost got hit by a car, fell to the ground. Oh, my heart rate is up there with the infighting with the family and the kids tripping on God knows what. But it's okay, the show must go on. Last but not least, fam. Let me clear my throat and catch my breath. He almost died. He fell and he almost died. I'm glad he didn't. Thank God he didn't. Oh my God. Oh, but again, I do wish, because he didn't die, if I were like 20 feet behind. Oh man, damn it. Ugh. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. And that's why we don't jaywalk in busy intersections. You jaywalk accordingly. You don't just jaywalk anywhere, anytime. You look to your left, you look to your right. You look to your left, to your right, to your left, to your right, to your left, to your right. Several times. Good God, he almost died. But he didn't. And again, I'm glad about that. Holy smokes. Okay, last but not least, if you had to choose raw dogging it versus going in strapped, which one would it be, fam? I'm talking about the hanky-panky, raw dogging it versus going in strapped. I don't think I've talked in depth about this particular topic, but today let's get into it. Raw dogging it versus going in strapped. The pros and cons on all these subject matters. Raw dogging it. First of all, it feels natural, like the way God intended it to be, I think. There's no barrier to entry. It's just you and your partner /s partners. That is risky business. If you're going to be plural with it, I recommend you strap on something, dude, like, you know, shin pads, soccer socks over it. Just, you know, play it safe. Oh my God, another person with the jaywalking, Jesus. And the bad timing. I am all for jaywalking. You know me, fam. But again, timing. It's all about timing. It's all about timing. And that's one of those things you don't get to practice too many times. So, you know, do it properly. Going in strapped or doing a raw dog, which one would you choose and why? Raw dogging it again, it feels natural. Limited barrier to entry. These people, geez, good Lord, man. We almost lost 2 people today. But we didn't. I'm glad that we didn't. Raw dogging it versus strapping on a pair. Raw dogging it would be more comfortable. It would feel more intimate. You're bonding with your partner, you're getting to feel everything. It's nice, it's romantic. Some say that it's, if you like babies, if you're in support of babies, some say there is no alternative method. You're only to go the raw dog method and take a chance. So if you're pro babies, raw dogging is your game. Let's say you're into, maybe you want to catch some diseases, dude. Nobody's talking about this. Maybe you want to catch something, fella. Lady, maybe you want to catch something, huh? And nobody ever discusses that, do they? They're always like, oh, how to protect yourself. Nah. Well, we'll get to that. That's fine. Do it. But what about the other side of the story? The rebellious, dangerous, wild, heavy repercussions, life-changing circumstances, choices that you're gonna look back and think, my God, I wish I made a different choice. But also, limited barrier to entry, and it feels better, nicer. And you wanna make a couple of babies who've, you know, and that's how babies are made, yeah. What else? The pros of going in all raw dog with your partner is that, well, it's more exciting. We already covered that. It's more thrilling, same as exciting. Higher chances of catching diseases. So if you're into catching diseases, that's also for you. Let's see. Let's move on to condoms for a second, if we can, together. Getting strapped, the benefits, the disadvantages, all the sides. One size fits all. At least for this guy. For once, I'd like to pick a pack of condoms and have a difficult time putting them on. Oh, you're so average, everything fits. And I'm happy about that because that means I can shop anywhere for condoms. But every once in a while, hey, whatever, pack of 12, pack of 24, slip one extra small in there every once in a while so that, you know, fellas can feel a little bit extra confident. And, you know, nothing oh my God, I'm struggling with the babe. Why? I don't know why. In this pack of regularly sized condoms, there seems to be one regular sized condom that just doesn't fit me. Everything's regular. Guess I must be just extra big. You know? 24 in there, 12 in there. Put one that's extra small, dude. Don't go reversies on me and put one extra large and make me look like a fool, dude. Just got like extra space in there. Room for 2 or 3. Where'd you get your cock from, Baby Gap? Typical conversations that going on in a bedroom. That's what it is. So condoms are, condoms or getting strapped. Great if you don't like babies. If you're the type that sees a baby and you're like, man, not for me. Condoms are your best friend, my friend. That's right, it's your best friend. Who invented the condom? Again, goes back millions and millions of years ago. Ancient civilization shit, I think. Again, I don't know. Who came up with the idea? Probably a person. Who else? You're like aliens. Maybe at this point, maybe, really, I don't know. But somebody at one point decided to, you know, experiment with different stuff because they're like, man, every time I stick it in your mouth or your ear or your butt, nothing happens. But every time we stick it in the vag, 9 months later, approximately, the females tend to get bloated and pop out babies. Millions of years ago, this conversation went down. Maybe we should do something to stop it. And they're like, you're a dreamer, man. No way. You're thinking outside the box. No way. It'll never happen. David was his name. David was a good man. Not the David from the Bible. This is, again, millions of years ago. The David who invented the candle. So they were dreamers, and they definitely started with, you know, rumors and murmurs and whispers might say animal intestines. Was there anything else that they could have used? What about leaves? Oh, leaves were probably the first, dude. You've seen it, and they've got paintings from that shit. Leaves were probably the first method before animal intestines. And again, if you don't like babies, there's a huge pro right there. If you're not a fan of diseases, if you're like, oh, I'm too good for diseases. STDs, STIs, no thanks. Not for this guy, not for that gal. Okay, whatever. Live your life. Lame. Oh, I've never had an itch to scratch. I've never felt the way it feels to pee and have it burn a little bit. I'm responsible. And good, that was a test, good. Or no, good, no, it's good. You passed with flying colors. So, sure, we didn't get a chance to speak to anybody today, that's okay. We saw 2 people nearly get killed. You didn't, I did, which just, man, my heart dropped. And again, I'm regretting the fact that I didn't set up like 20 feet further up, because I would have had everything on tape. If you guys saw how close that kid's head came to the bumper of that car, it was so intense, you didn't even hear anybody honking. That's how, you ever go into those modes of emergency where you're like, this is beyond honking, this is just whatever is gonna happen, that's how close it was. Everybody was just happy that nothing happened, so that's why I didn't hear a honk. But his head came literally this close when he fell onto the ground from jaywalking. No, away from the bumper, dude. Almost. Man, the ratings, the subscriptions. I would have definitely jumped in there and, oh my God, I would have saved him when he saved himself. Are you okay? And he's not okay. Maybe just like, if like, I'll turn the camera around, maybe just kick him a little bit. Kick him a little bit, make sure he's on the ground, you know? Kick him while they're down, you know? No? Okay, didn't work out. Maybe next time. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I love you. Thank you for all the love and support. Thank you again for whoever's been with me from the get-go. If you've just joined us today, I talk about everything and nothing. It's called Glad You Made It. You can find it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Instagram, on YouTube. And if you'd like to fiscally support this show, it's a one-man band. We'd like to incorporate more people, more friends, more family, but we're rocking and rolling. You can do that on Patreon. Do it up. I'll be back here again on Friday. Talk to you all very soon. Hugs and kisses for everybody. Peace out.